Introduce those players, TheStC.
Shut up. In the upper right,
TheStC, do it.
we have our Zerg player. His ID is
MVP DongRaeGu.
What? Stop laughing. Shut up. In the bottom left, we have our Terran player. Very solid. His ID is
TheStC.
All right, TheStC,
yeah.
I have an announcement to make.
Go ahead.
My computer's back.
Yep, we
It's
got
working.
the preview computer.
You know what I was before TheStC?
What?
You were Optimus Prime, and I was the guys in the helicopters that were trying to help but really weren't. I'm like, no, man, we got heart, and you're like, yeah, thanks.
Now you know
I'll
we
use that
are?
when I'm fighting Megatron, like the most deadly robot ever. Like, you guys in your helicopters, I'm sure you'll really help us.
I think Starscream's more deadly.
Well, whoever. I'm just saying.
Now that we have
I was basically those guys that were completely worthless to you, and now I have the computer TheStC, and suddenly, I am Megatron.
Actually, you know what we are now?
What?
With the preview computer up, I'm Batman, and you're another Batman.
Whoa, you just got it. Wow.
Yeah. You thought I was going to short you and give you Robin.
I knew you weren't going to do that.
Or Alfred
Because
or
if you
something.
did that, then we wouldn't be friends anymore. That's
Now-
actually a really cool stat, by the way, that we have there.
Yeah, that's very interesting at the bottom of our screen.
Second player become champion after being runner-up. That's, and actually...
All right, we
I
got
like
a quick
stats
command
like
center.
that. I like stats like that, TheStC. Because that's like a hard thing to do. If you get second, then you go ahead and win later on. Like, that hasn't happened to Marine King yet in GSL. Hasn't happened to Lucira. Hasn't happened to Inca. Hasn't happened to Rain. It's a very difficult thing.
As you can see, they're both very good on this map. So that's it's good to know.
The SEC just has less games because, well, DRG is like
DRG's
always
been
everywhere.
around for longer. Yeah.
And in fact, DRG isn't even really that
I guess
new,
we
you
know the exact distance the Marine can be from the watchtower in order to have it powered.
Yeah, that's actually an important thing to do.
Yeah.
To have it as far away as possible, so even if you see something at the last second, you can still run away.
Yeah, and ideally run away before they get to the tower and see the guy thing there that ran away.
Yeah, it's something pros always do and always are going to do. Oh, God, TheStC, I almost forgot how much I love to have a computer be able to actually see what's going on in the game.
Oh, no, it's
actually fantastic. And if you need to see anything,
wonder,
TheStC, you just say so, or you press a button on the keyboard, it's all up to you.
Like, can you zoom in on the bar at the upper left part of the map?
No, that's actually disabled.
Oh, you can use end. See? Yeah, end is the hotkey for that.
TheStC, why are you so smart?
End, and then look, what's the one next to end?
Delete?
Delete? Yeah, look, so you could turn the screen with that.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Okay.
All right, thanks, TheStC.
Do you remember when we had this idea that you would master the StarCraft II with the end key?
Yeah.
Or no, not with the end key, with the
insert key, so
insert
it was all
key
square.
held down so that you actually see the game in this really weird way where it actually looks like Command and Conquer or something?
I actually held it one day while watching replays, and it eventually wears off and goes back to normal.
No.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That's so interesting.
Well, TheStC, this is an interesting game because DRG got speed really quick, and he does not do that almost ever. And, I mean, he's still droning, but yeah, there we have it. He's actually going to get a Roach Warren. There it is. I think DRG is going to do an all-in here. I think he's going to do a Roach Baneling bust.
That's pretty ballsy. I guess he's saying that the STC is strong enough.
But I have to go TheStC.
Yeah.
He only has one gas, and if you're going to go Baneling Roach, I feel like you're going to get two. This might just be Roaches into third. That's what it's actually looking like. That's what that's looking like to me, TheStC. And in fact, that is exactly what it's going to be, but the STC going to expand very quickly as well, off of just reactored Hellions and a few Marines in a bunker. These two players really taking a lot of edges against each other. DRG actually has that Overlord placed just so well.
Are we actually positive he is going to do a Roach all-in?
No.
We're not. Okay, because
I was just saying he's going for the third base.
Yeah.
So the Roaches, that's one of the ways you can deal with reactored Hellions. Oh. Little mess up by DRG there. Muscle memory, overcoming what he can see on the screen.
Yep, letting that creep tumor get burnt.
And he's actually just kind of walking out with 2 roaches, Tasteless. I'm not sure what he's doing with that, but the STC is going to be ready for 2 roaches. 2 roaches actually aren't that scary. There we go. 5 roaches, though. That's a little bit more scary. And it looks like the STC is like, fine, I'm just going to run in with these then. But, you know, DRG just continues to make roaches to put some counter pressure on while droning it home.
Okay, the roach is moving up now. Oh, this is actually going to be a really good hit here.
Yeah.
This is really bad for the STC.
Yeah, that's actually really
That's actually so bad because
if he could force a cancel.
Yeah, I think he's actually going to force a cancel. So this is.
So?
I think so. I think he's got enough roaches on the way over there.
He does. He's so far ahead. But there's a siege tank for the STC already coming with some Marines. So it looks like, in fact, he should be able to hold it with the Hellions coming back.
Yeah, I think with the Hellions, you're right. But if he gets that SCD again, that's annoying.
Yeah, that's really
actually,
annoying.
dude, he can. No, actually, I'm not sure. I thought he just wants to kill
some
target
units.
down.
That was actually a pretty worthwhile thing. He stopped all Hellion harassment. He really delayed the base. He's made it so it's got to be repaired. He's made STC tilt his hand as well and show exactly what his unit composition is. It's Marine tank. It's not some sort of mech build. Those are all important things.
All right, so as you can see here, getting the rest of the gases, the game goes on, but the SCC is a little bit behind here. He did not want to lose that SCV, making the command center.
Yeah, that's a bit annoying, and you know the supplies reflect that. He's up by 12 right now. DRG is. He's gotten that quick third, but we haven't seen exactly what tech he wants to do yet. Just getting a Banley Nest, even though he already has a layer.
I have a question.
Spire goes up.
I have a question. This is going to be a really deep question we might not know the answer to.
Oh, I'll know it.
No, okay, so the Hellion was back there, and the Queen was attacking it, but then went back for a larva inject, allowing, I believe it was 2 drones to die from the Hellion shot. Mm-hmm. Then he killed the Hellion.
Yeah.
Is it better to larva inject, or is it better to save the 2 drones?
The thing is he going to kill the Hellion anyways? Was the Hellion close to death?
I don't know. I guess
I think that's
look at it again.
where it goes down to. Like, if the Hellion's still green, I think you just go back and inject.
Think so?
I think so. Because if it's still green, I mean, a Queen isn't going to kill it anyways. You can't just sit there all day with your Queen. You need to get those injects. And
there's no problem we can't solve.
It's the most important thing that there is for Zerg, really.
All right. Well, Terran was smart, the STC, and really geared up for the 4th base factor here. So they're both stuck on 3 bases for now. DRG is actually in a very difficult position. Even though the STC is a little bit behind, and the way that this is going to start panning out, and you'll see, and I know I say this every time we cast an Antigua shipyard, the 4th base is hard to take, but I'm sorry, guys, that's actually the way the map works.
Yeah. It works in that way, Tasteless. You're completely right.
I'm not going to lie to you guys.
Now we do have... Oh, I see what's happening, Tasteless.
What?
22 links in production. Baneling speed almost done. 12 mutas on the way. DRG's going to try to bust the STC for taking that 3rd so quickly, but the STC is so smart. He has so many bunkers. He's making so many more bunkers. In fact, this guy's going to be on at least 5 bunkers when this attack comes.
Yeah.
And this attack is not uncommon. This is something that we see from time to time with good Zergs here, is this exact unit composition. Going in for an attack, quick Baneling speed, a good amount of mutas, and he's going to try to pull units into the main with those mutas, and then bring them out to help and target down siege tanks so the Banelings and Roaches can roll and do their damage. And look at this beautiful harassment in the main base here of the STC, taking out a lot of SCVs and bringing back some Marines.
All right, he's really controlling the Terran. He doesn't want to let him get out. By the way, Zerg is at 190 supply.
This is a crazy bust, man.
He might just want to, I think he is going to do exactly what you said, Artosis.
Oh, gets a siege tank. That's absolutely huge. It's very Leenock-esque, a very powerful move indeed. The Roaches will take a lot of siege tank hits if they stay in front. Also, Speedlings are going to run ahead of the Banelings. Basically, the Banelings want to deal a lot of killing blows at the end.
Okay.
Here we go, Tasteless. Here it comes.
It's time.
There are a good amount of siege tanks still, but
Roaches and Mutas and Banelings coming down here.
Skipping the bunkers, a beautiful move. But can he kill off all these siege tanks? They're targeting down Banelings as best they can.
Actually, I think he totally messed it up.
It looks like he may have, Tasteless. Just a few mutas left. And wow, his supply has just plummeted. He's killed off a lot of siege tanks, though, and that's, I mean, try to look at it in a positive perspective. He killed off a lot of siege tanks, and that's going to really delay any more pushes. In fact, the siege tank count right now is at 0. So if he just keeps making banelings, he can continue to attack and harass.
Oh my God, I'm really glad you made that observation, Artosis, because with no siege tanks, banelings just win.
Yeah, the game is different.
So now we have 2 tanks out.
I think they just popped, and they did siege up before any more Lings or Banes came in. More Banes and Lings on the way, +1 Mutalisk armor as well. 4th base has finished Tasteless, and this is a great thing to try to take a 4th behind this type of aggression. He's got to be careful, though, because if the STC gets cost-efficient on another attack like that, then the game could just end. I mean, he might just counter-push with 4 to 6 tanks and just giggle all over DRG.
Well, guys, DRG did get his 4th base up, and it's not going to be touched with the way the mutas are. So I think DRG has actually handled this brilliantly, to be totally honest. I think it's some of the best handling I've seen from a Zerg against a Terran on this map.
Yeah, he's done a good job with it, and you know what I like is that he's not going with that second attack when he realized there were siege tanks. Sometimes we see people actually get far ahead. All he did really with that was kill a bunch of siege tanks. But sometimes we see people get far ahead and then go again and again and again and try to kill them off. DRG's like, no, man, I have a 4th. I'm going to continue my creep down the sides of the map so that I have mobility, I have control of the entire map. You're on only 3 base. I have 4. I'm fine. I'm fine. And that's a great way to look at it.
Wow. DRG once again maxed out, and now it's
that's
nice
catch. One thing I do have to say though is that the STC is almost maxed, and he has 2-2 against no 2-2 for the Zerglings of DRG, and in fact he's gonna have 3-3 before the 2-2 is done of DRG. So that's actually very painful, and in fact he's gonna go ahead and take another base Tasteless.
He just barely didn't get the creep over under that command center.
That's pretty funny.
That would have been annoying.
He's got to be careful. That is a lot of siege
tanks.
He's
got an expansion that's literally on creep.
Those are out of position, Tasteless. Those are so far to the side that he's going to do a counterattack here. A nice counterattack trying to get a few siege tanks. He's got to lower that number. Oh, no, at the same time, up on the high ground, Tasteless. He lost every Baneling he had to a few tank shots. See that? No more Banelings.
Yeah.
See what happens when we have a PC? You guys know everything.
We know. See, we can tell you everything now. We got our preview PC. We got our camera showing you guys everything, but in case we missed something, we got the preview PC. Now, the STC has actually, in this small window of time, managed to completely dominate the middle. The planetary's up. So now he has his 4th base. Now, the only problem is DRG's 4th base is easier to hold than the STC's 4th base.
That's true. But at the same time, the STC, man, he has that watchtower. Trying to do some harassment on the 4th of DRG, not going to happen though. He has it well defended. And having that watchtower, he pushes from high ground. He has good vision. He's cutting down creep tumors on either side that DRG works so hard to get. And in fact, the supplies are getting pretty even for this part of the game. Something that's going to scare DRG. But Greater Spire over halfway done. 10 Corruptors on the way. If he can get a good amount of Broodlords out, then this game will change into DRG's favor completely.
Well, looks like the main is mined out almost for the STC. The expansion is mined out. Can you check the other, the 3rd base? No, for the STC. Okay,
it's getting pretty low.
He's got money there. Let's go ahead and check DRG's minerals.
DRG still mining from the natural and 3rd, but they're getting low.
Okay, here we go.
A
lot of Banelings. This is not going to end well.
Good job by DRG. Just has to zone this out for a bit. Has to
barely saved that hatchery.
We have Broodlords on the way. It'll drop in the main base. In fact, Broodlords being morphed up there. It's kind of a funny place to morph. We don't see that too often. 3-3 upgrades against the 2-2 Lings.
You know what? The STC actually is effectively pushing this location.
Yeah, he's doing a good job cutting this map up.
And they're practically even on supply. But if he gets siege tanks over here and denies the 5th,
well,
I don't know, man. He's gonna have to cancel
really nice,
that. And he didn't even cancel. He was so distracted that actually that died.
Yeah, he has a lot of other things on his mind right now. Bringing his Broodlords over. In fact, he's does have a lot of banelings, slings, and mutas up there, so he should be able to hold on to this. In fact, maybe even kill that army off. STC has to be careful here. He does have 2 starports with reactive.
To be totally honest, are the Broodlords almost there?
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
They're there.
But if you can get right under him, oh, this is a really tough position.
Yeah,
now for the
Terran this micro, but the Broodling's kind of proved to be too much, and looks like the STC has to withdraw.
Pick up. Oh no, he can't pick up this mutas.
Yeah.
Don't listen to me. Don't pick up.
DRG gonna clean up that part of the army. That's gonna free up a little bit more supply for the Vikings to be made by DRG, and actually spending some banelings on siege tanks there. But we do have Vikings in production. 6 of them already out.
He is still pushing this.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, if DRG loses this base up here, it is so bad.
Yeah. He is double expanding to the bottom right, which is quite useful. But this is an important base. It's got a lot of drones at it. It's a very healthy economy. Still a lot of minerals left there. A lot of corruptors coming in. And this is coming down actually just to a micro battle. He's got a lot of banelings morphing, but those Thors can do a good job against them. Running the Marines back right now. And he actually defended. It looks like DRG will hold this.
Is he going to? No. The Vikings, I think, are going to kill the Broodlords. That's like so bad.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the Vikings are going to kill all the Broodlords.
He only has 6 corruptors. Where are they on the map, though? He's got to bring them in. In fact, he is going to bring them in.
And there's 4 more Vikings coming up here.
Yeah, a lot of Vikings in production. Actually, now he's stopped now that he's killed off Broodlords.
Well, here's the problem, guys. I mean, if he can get all the way, if he can get all those Broodlords, it's like such a lost asset to DRG. Uh-oh.
DRG's in trouble, man.
DRG might lose this. No, we haven't really given him much attention. He did finish 2 hatcheries at the bottom right, but they're not mining.
The STC's already starting to send units over. Look at this. 4 Marines being sent towards the bottom right. Some more on the way now that he's found a hatchery. DRG doesn't really have much left here. He has 35 Lings, 8 Banes, and 4 Corruptors with 1 Infester. That is that's a terrible army for
those Vikings, actually. He should land those Vikings in the upper left expansion.
Yeah, actually, you're quite right. That would be very helpful. It looks like he may want to go ahead and just clean up Overlords or something like that. You know, he knows that DRG's pretty low on money. A little counterattack on, but this isn't really going to do anything. The STC, it looks like he's going to have a huge upset here, Tasteless.
I'm looking around the map, and I don't see any real advantage that the Zerg has. And if you look at the real story here is actually the supply is 124 to 185. So
the bottom right has been completely cleared out. DRG is mining only from his 3rd with very few patches, almost no minerals left in them, and his 4th, which has been under siege all game long. So DRG, I mean, at this point, against a max Terran with better upgrades
I don't think
and
you can
more
actually win
bases,
this. Yeah.
the Terran player is actually mining more.
Note that the STC is actually, that was really nice.
Yeah, but
does it really matter?
Nope. Fortunately for the DRG, no, it does not.
I have to say the STC has spread out his army so perfectly. If you really look, like, few siege tanks in the middle. He's got a little bit at the bottom right.
Yeah, man, that high
ground. Some stuff in his main, and then the right amount to push.
Oh, that was actually a beautiful fungo. Most of those Vikings in the red now, but, I mean, this is just a matter of time. DRG is making his last set of Broodlords. He has a lot of Corruptors, and that's going to help. In fact, going after some of these medevacs, don't forget that he fungled the Vikings a lot, so they're low on health, and these Corruptors will kill them easily.
I don't think the STC should push up here. I think he should actually go back and wait.
You think so? Well, he's maxed out.
I guess he's maxed, but I mean, do you see the situation? There's so many broods up there.
Yeah,
Do you really want to fight those broodlings? Do you really want to fight those units I don't think you can beat?
This is reminding me of Carrier High Templar with that Infestor up there on the high ground. Very hard for Terran to break.
He's getting some good snipes up here. The Corruptors are not quite engaging.
Corruptors a bit off. He doesn't want them hit by Marines. So Marines will plow through them so quickly. And only a couple Broodlords left, Tasteless. I don't think that he can hold this. He doesn't have enough damage on the ground.
Drones down here.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be a GG.
Oh my God.
Big upset there. The STC, I'm sure a lot of people count him out of this group.
That's right. That's water. Yeah. It cures hangovers. Yeah.
I'm thirsty for Zerg water.
Well, the STC is damn good. And I have to say that the execution in that game, for those of you who really want to learn TVZ on that map, that you watch that game again.
Yeah, no,
it was really
did it
well played.
extremely well. I liked DRG's attempt. That style works a lot against people who take a quick third. It did not happen to work that game. I mean, he took out a lot of siege shanks, which bought him a lot of time, but he didn't do enough with it. Unfortunately, the STC just played a solid game, came back, said, you know, you lost a lot of gas units in there. I don't think it was worth it. I'm just going to play safe and solid, take my fourth, cut the map up, and kill your bases. And it was just beautifully done. The STC,
let me just
very
put it
solid.
like this. The STC is so sick, they should start calling him the STD. He is that sick, Artosis.
Uh-oh. We better get him to a doctor.
Right now.
Well, he just saw
there
Dr.
might not be
G.
any cure for this STC. Wow. Yeah. I guess I could say that, or I could analyze the game, but no, seriously, he controlled the map so well. And the DRG had the advantage. And the STC actually managed to get in there and take that advantage away. That's impressive.
Dude, the STC just played really well. DRG's going to have to play better in the next sets,
All right.
but we'll be back.
Stay tuned. We're going to be back in 5 minutes with some more awesome GSL Coda action.
It was a threat to the rest. And my city was a threat to the rest. This city is my city, and I love it. Yeah, I love it. I was born and raised here. I got it made here. And if I have my way, I'm gonna stay. Every corner is my city, and I love it. Yeah, I love it. I was born and raised here. I got it made here. Life, Now what if I told you my city was the best, and my city was a threat to the rest, but you can't rest inside my...
Ghost. Yuliang. Ghost. Yuliang. Yuliang.